know, but welcome to this week's Monday's Moment video, in which I'm going to talk about our robust devices and assets and how my coffee machine inspired me for this week's Monday's Moment. See you in a second. Now, here you see a photo I took just a few minutes ago of one of my trusted devices, my coffee machine. And last week, I had a few little glitches with this. Now, this machine is something that when my wife wanted a KitchenAid Nespresso machine, it wasn't low cost, should put it that way, and I couldn't really see the value in it. But over the last 16 months or so, whilst I've been doing more work from home, this machine has been used every single day. It has been so robust and it has earned its money 10 times over, I can assure you. And it made me think about the need to have robust devices in our business. And it doesn't matter whether they're small and simple like the coffee machine. Bear in mind, I do a regular business success and coffee podcast, so this is quite an important part of that podcast. Not only the Starbucks coffee there that you can see, but also drinking and having the coffee there available too. So sometimes our devices can be quite small. As I sit here now, you're seeing what I look at. You're seeing an image there that I took just before I started this video of my microphone, my MacBook, my iPad with my dashboard on there, and behind that I've got my iMacs, my extra screens, I've got my filing trays, I've got lights. So we have to take stock of the assets that allow us to actually run our businesses. Now, for some of us, these are going to be big machines. This is going to be plant and equipment. But for other people watching this, it might be as simple as an iPad. It might be the MacBook. It might be the mic. On my desk behind me, that you can see behind this laptop in the photo, I've got a Rode mic, but I love the Snowball mic, that you can see there in the video, in the photo, because it only does one direction. So we have to think about all the assets that we have in our business. And I want you to stop this week. I want you to think about all the things that you have in your business. I want you to list them all down. It hasn't got to be a complicated list, but just list them all down. From the small charger that you carry for perhaps your Apple Watch or your phone when you're out and about, to your iPad, to large pieces of equipment, to the vehicles that we get in and drive on a regular basis now. But I want you to think about all the things that you need to be an asset in your business and a device that needs to be robust. Okay, now the little light thing behind me, that's not really an important asset to the business. It's useful, but it doesn't have to be robust, and I would say it's not really an asset. I could do that with a sheet of paper. So what I want you to do, I want you to think about all the assets, and I want you to think about three things. Okay, just three things I want you to think about. Do you appreciate them? I love my coffee machine. I appreciate my coffee machine. Okay, so do you appreciate them? Do you recognize the part that they play in your business? Whether it's the coffee machine or whether it's the simple devices that you work in front of or behind. Do you appreciate them? The second thing is, do you maintain them? Do you keep them clean? Do you keep them in good working order? Do you have a plan to maintain that equipment, those devices in your business? It's really important that we look at ways we need to maintain them. And it might just be a bit of TLC, a bit of tender loving care, a little bit of cleaning. It might be that we have devices that we perhaps need to get checked over and get serviced on a regular basis. And then the next thing I want you to ask is, do you have a plan to renew or improve these devices. Now, I've been talking about devices that are very mechanical, you can see, or electronic, it's not even a real word, is it? But electronic. But also, you see in the bookcase behind me, I have my books. They are my assets. How do I build those assets? How do I use those assets? Do I appreciate those assets? And have I got any plan to update those assets? I'm always buying new books. I've got to find more place to put them. So our assets can be anything from a book to a coffee machine, to the devices we sit in front of to do our work, to the plant and equipment that we use and things that get us around. So I want you to think about, do you appreciate your assets and your robust devices? Do you maintain them? And do you plan to renew or to improve them? Now, I'd love to have you listening to my podcast and leave me reviews, as the ticker's been going across the bottom there for most of this. But also, I'd like to have you as a guest on my podcast. If you would love to share some business tips and get in front of and exposed to a wider audience, over 600 people a day listening to the podcast, if you'd like to get in front of those people and perhaps tell them a little bit about your story, share your tips, and also put yourself into the spotlight in front of those people, then just drop me a message. Drop me a message behind wherever this Monday's Moment is being played, or just go to the link that's going across there right now, coffeewithsimon.com. I hope that you appreciate your robust and your vital devices and assets in your business, and I hope that you will appreciate them, look after them, and plan to renew them. I look forward to seeing you on next week's Monday's Moment. Bye for now.